Guess that this is a plead for understanding, for listening to each other, for sympathy, for empathy. Can we just stop the craziness? Can we stop hurting each other? Can we stop the destruction? Can we please stop burning things? You are being heard. Your message has made it through. Most of the time, when these things happen, when a police officer shoots an unarmed man or kills a civilian, they don't get arrested right away. There's an investigation, and it can take forever, weeks, months. I think in some situations, maybe even years. So, the protests, I'm on your side. You are being heard. Your message has been received clearly. We need reform. We need new training. We need change. And I believe that change is coming. However, it takes time. And I know this has been going on a very long time, and the patience is wearing very thin. I know that. But I also know that there are very reasonable people out there. And patience is a virtue. It's tough, I know, especially when you're young, because I notice that a lot of these people are very, very young, to wait for justice, to wait for change. But that's part of being an adult. You have to do that. Things aren't immediate. I know in this world it seems like it, like you instant everything, instant answers, instant DM, instant instant dialogue, Snapchat, boom, boom, boom. Everything is instant. Guess what's not instant? Change. It takes time. It takes events, and then the fallout from these events, and then the actions from the fallouts in order to create change. It will happen. You just have to be patient. Your message has been heard. I would say 99% of Americans are on your side about what happened. And we feel the pain. We feel what you feel. It was wrong. It was very wrong. And things are changing. They're moving along. The police officer who killed George Floyd is in custody now. He will be tried. And I can't see how he wouldn't be convicted unless there's some sort of mistrial. So God forbid there's any sort of mistrial. This man will be held accountable for what he did. Whether it was murder, bad judgment, manslaughter. I don't know what was going on in his head, and I can't even speculate. And I can't speculate what was going on in the other police officers who just watched this happen. I can't speculate what was going on in their minds. And I won't. But I'm pretty sure that those police officers are going to be reprimanded, and don't know if they're going to be charged, but I'm sure that some sort of justice is going to come out of this for those people too. And I know you're waiting for that, and I know you're upset about that, but we have the main guy, and your message is being heard. Change is coming. You have to be patient, okay? America is with you. We are with you, silent protesters. We are with you, peaceful protesters. We are with you. In heart, in mind, and in spirit. But you rioters, you are so un-American. What are you doing? Why are you burning cities? Why are you doing this? What is your main goal? Is it anarchy? Because if it's anarchy, you better be ready for a fight. Because Americans, they're not going down without a fight. We are Americans. We do not give up our country to thugs, to vandals, to people that are trying to intimidate through fear. We will not do that. And if you want to bring the fight to us, you better be ready for a war. You want a war? You better be prepared to bring it, because the suburbs, they're not going to be nearly as nice to you. And there are a lot of states where people can get shot because you're allowed to shoot rioters, looters, people who are threatening your house, your business, your livelihood. So if there's any rioters or potential rioters who are watching this video, better watch your back. I'd be really, really careful where I decided to loot and attack people, because you might not get another shot when somebody shoots at you. Just remember that. Come into these rural areas, it's at your own risk. Don't say that you were not warned. Country folk, they don't put up with this BS. They do not. They don't think twice before they shoot to kill. If you go to these other cities, maybe they'll shoot you just to maim you, shoot you in the kneecap, whatever. Try not to hurt you, try not to kill you. You come here, you come to Colchester, Vermont, you come to Moncton, you come to Starksboro, any of these places. We got lots of places like this, and there are a lot of farmers, and there are a lot of people who are local Vermonters who have lived there their whole life, and we are not going to give up our land, our cities, our houses, our territory. We're not going to give up any of that to rioters, to mobs, to people that are trying to use violence and fear to control people, political movements, situations, governments. You're not going to control us through fear and violence. Not in America. We think we're immune in places like Vermont, but it turns out, even here in Burlington, there was a protest on Saturday, and it was peaceful, right? Started to get a little crazy. I do believe that the Burlington Police Department, there were people that were climbing on cop cars. There were people tagging the building, and I think there were some broken windows, and that's kind of a lot for a place like Burlington, Vermont, which is like the biggest city in a little tiny state where not much happens. So the people that live in Burlington, the people that were born and raised in Vermont, they're not used to seeing this, and they are not happy about it. Let me just tell you what the protest organizer had to say in general. This was her statement, and also what she said to our chief of police. So here's what she said. Let me just give you her name. The lead organizer's name is Harmony Edosmwan. I'm probably pronouncing that incorrectly, but she was on NPR talking about her peaceful protest, and here's what she said. Their blood is on your hands if you don't do anything to fix this MRFer department. She shouted this into a bullhorn as she poured a bright red liquid substance symbolizing the blood of people of color who have died in altercations with the police from a jug at the foot of Morrison, who is our police chief in Burlington, poured it at her feet. And also to the Vermont State Police Captain, Gary Scott. So she said that to them. That was what she said to them. We estimate that there were between 1,200 and 1,500 people that met in Battery Park in Burlington, and they marched over to the police department like less than a mile away. And that's when things got heated, and that's when Harmony Edosmwan, sorry if I keep pronouncing it wrong, Edosmwan, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, let's just go with Harmony. That's when Harmony yelled with the bullhorn at the police chief what she yelled at the deputy police chief, John, and the Vermont State Police Captain, Gary Scott. So she really sounds like somebody that we want to listen to, negotiate with, respectfully have a conversation with. I don't think so. According to someone on Twitter who was there, They said that the lead organizer, Harmony, demanded the Burlington police chief, Jen Morrison, meet her in the police station parking lot. She then confronts her and other officers, pouring red liquid in front of them, and threatens that if another POC dies, another person of color dies, that building is going mother effing down. Does this type of person sound like a leader that we want to promote? No. This person sounds like radical. She sounds crazy. She's talking about this in Burlington, Vermont, where we really don't have a lot of problems. We don't have a high enough population in urban areas that really creates this type of problem, though the crime rate has gone up quite a bit in the last couple of years. So, I mean, there is that. So, Harmony asked the police chief to account for the department's record of disappropriatingly using force against people of color and past incidents where Burlington police were accused of brutality against black people. And then she said, if another mother effing black person, brown person, or even a mother effing white person dies on one of y'all's inner hands, that building is going mother effing down. Do you understand that? That is the direct quote. So this is not the person that tweeted it. She gave a paraphrase. What I just said is what she literally said. That building is going emmer effing down. Do you understand that? Yeah, we hear you. We hear you, Harmony, but we don't really hear you. Because what you're doing is you are hurting your cause with threats. People don't like being threatened. They don't like being berated. They don't like being yelled at. They don't like having a bullhorn in front of their face and being berated by someone that they don't know and can't negotiate with. Do you not understand that? Do you not understand that when you speak to people like that, they're going to shut you off and they're not going to listen to your message? You need to be civil. You need to be intelligent. You need to be clear and concise. No insults, no threats. Please don't swear. Be an adult. State your purpose and then say, what can we do about this? Please stop threatening to burn down our police station. Please stop your guerrilla tactics. We heard the peaceful protesters, and I think change is coming. We can already see it, little by little. It is coming. You have to be patient. Okay? I'm just trying to reach out to the people in Burlington and Vermont right now, because also Montpelier is having these protests that are getting a little crazy. I think this is just a time where we need to heal, and creating more violence and anger and stoking this fire is not going to solve anything. It's just going to create more division, more anger, more distrust, more fear. These are not things where good progress is made. This is when things get crazy. The government shuts you down. They will take away your rights. We will be under martial law. We will be controlled. I guess I'd rather be controlled by the government than by crazy radical leftists, but I really don't want to be controlled by anyone. But what is the alternative right now? Citizens fighting back. Don't let them win. Don't let them scare you into complacency. This is not how we handle things. We do not back down. You're American. Do not back down. Be strong. Stand your ground and say, this is not acceptable behavior and I will not put up with it. Here is my gun. If you come any closer to me, I will shoot to kill. Period. They're either going to listen to you or they're going to be some sort of martyr for their cause. I really don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going to pray things settle down and no more people, no more innocent people are going to get hurt by these riots. Just pray for safety. I pray for the American people. I pray for our president. And let's just please, in these times that are so emotional and volatile, let's listen to each other even more than we were before. To listen to each other, we have to open discussions that make people uncomfortable. Because if we don't talk about these things, civil unrest will happen. We can't just sweep this under the rug anymore. It needs to be dealt with. Do you hear me, politicians? We need to deal with this. This is not about gun violence. This is not about the things that you usually talk about. This is completely different. This is tackling things that have been boiling and building up for a very long time that you say you're going to tackle, but you never do. Well, here's your opportunity. Start working on it. Start the progress. Start the legislation. Let's start the healing. It's going to take a really long time to heal from this. Perhaps we can take solace in even Harmony's statement that she said after she said that the building is going effing down. She said, "I'm going to give y'all grace today because I believe in people sometimes. I'm angry as F. We could easily turn this shit up right now." So I will leave you with Harmony's words and the warning, I guess, that she's leaving out there. I believe in people sometimes. I guess that's a good way to end this. I believe in people sometimes too. You know what? I believe in people more than sometimes. I believe in people most of the time. Maybe I am naive or silly for believing that most people are good. You know, maybe that makes me unprepared for situations like this. I think that most people are good. We'll just leave it at that, okay? And let's just hope that things quiet down and that changes are made. And that the young kids that don't seem to have anything else to do besides run around and riot, let's hope that we can put them back to school and work and give them something to do besides roam around and protest and potentially turn violent. So let's keep reopening America. Let's make some changes. And let's do what Americans are best at, which is persevering and supporting each other. Thanks for watching. God bless America, and I'll see you next time. Bye. If you like content like this, please watch me, like me, share me, or subscribe to me. I'll see you out there in YouTube land.